Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about meaning, types and phases of trade cycle. So what do you mean by trade cycle? Trade cycle refers to fluctuations in economic activities, especially in employment, output, income and price. A trade cycle refers to fluctuations in economic activities, especially in employment, income, price and output. As we know, there are so many ups and downs comes in economy. Sometimes price become very high, sometimes employment falls, sometimes demand exceed from supply. These economic activities create fluctuation in economy and these fluctuation called trade cycle. Now we are going to talk about types of business cycle. There are so many types of business cycle. First is Kitchen cycle. This cycle is discovered by Joseph Kitchen. According to him, duration of trade cycle is about 40 months. Next is Juggler cycle. This cycle is discovered by Clement Juggler. According to him, duration of trade cycle is about 9.5 years. Next is Very Long Period cycle. This cycle is discovered by Kondratiev. According to him, duration of trade cycle is about 50 years. Next is Building cycle. This cycle is discovered by Warren and Pearson. According to them, duration of trade cycle is about 18 years. Next is Kuznets cycle. This cycle is discovered by Simon Kuznets. According to him, duration of trade cycle is between 15 to 25 years. Now we are going to talk about phases of trade cycle. In this diagram, on x-axis we have times and y-axis we have level of economic activities, and this black line represents steady growth path. Trade cycle basically have 4 phases: expansion, recession, recovery and depression. Apart from this, we need to study about 2 more points: trough and peak. These are basically turning point of economy. You can see after peak economy is turning and after trough economy is also turning. So one by one we will study about each phase of trade cycle. So firstly we are going to talk about expansion. During expansion our economy is growing. This is expansion and you can see here our economy is growing. And during expansion our all economic indicator like demand, output, employment, income, wage, interest, profit all are increasing and investors are very optimistic. They want to invest more and more money in market because condition of market is very good. So we can say that expansion is a favorable condition of our economy. So after expansion, economy will move to peak. Peak is highest growth point, or we can say that during peak our economic growth is maximum. After this point economy cannot be grow because during peak our all economic activity reach their highest point, and in this stage prices and interest rate are very high. Obviously economy is growing. When economy grow, prices increase. If we are not able to maintain this highest growth point, then we move to recession. Now our economy move to recession. During recession, our economic activities start declining, or we can say that during a recession, our growth of economic start declining. Because as we earlier discussed, during peak, prices and interest rate were very high, and high interest rate and price somewhere reduced demand, and producer initially did not notice demand is falling. They were continuous producing. As a result, supply exceed from demand. When supply exceed from demand, price fall, profit of producers fall. As a result, output fall. When output fall, employment fall, income fall, means growth of economy is declining, and investors don't want to invest their money in market because market is already down. If we are not able to control recession, then we move to depression. Now our economy move to depression. This is depression. Here our economic growth is continuous falling. During depression, our growth rate fall below the steady growth line. Please listen carefully. During depression, our economic growth rate fall below the steady growth line. This is steady growth line. This line represent our steady growth path. Okay, and this is depression. You can see here our growth rate is below this line. Okay, when our growth rate fall below the steady growth line, it's called depression. And after depression, our economy move to trough. Here our growth rate become negative. Means in trough our price, output, income are extremely falling. After trough our economy reach to recovery. This is recovery. Okay. So now our economy start recovering from negative growth rate because our demand is increasing. As we know, during trough prices was very low, it somewhere increased demand. And second thing, demand for semi durable goods increase. As we know, semi durable goods are not long lasting good. For example, demand for clothes, footwear, after some time period consumer has to demand these goods. That's why demand for semi durable goods increase, because prices was very low in trough. So demand increase more. As demand increase, output increase, output increase, employment increase, employment increase, income increase. Means now economy start recovering from negative growth rate, and our recovery will continuous until we reach at this steady growth path. Okay, this is all about meaning, types and phases of trade cycle. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.